see him back on the floor this season. Played just 4 matches last year before a season-ending lower body injury. He's ready to get us going here tonight. And away we go from Columbus as the serve. Kins was there. Here's the set, the middle swing, and it's dug out there by Hudson just in front of the scorer's table. It's Wetzel who's able to get it over, and there's Stanislaw Hachinsky who puts it down. The Buckeyes will strike first blood here in set 1.
And Hachinsky, another big name for the Buckeyes. He's only a sophomore opposite hitter, standing at 6'7", but as a freshman last year, he started in all 29 of their matches. He totaled 339 kills and 40 aces, which was second on the team.
Was the MIVA Newcomer of the Year and an All-American. Hurley, that one sidewinds out of bounds. And point there for the Patriots. They'll get their first serve off the service error.
Just a quick error there for Ohio State to keep this one even so far. And those are those big things on the service line that you just need to be more careful of because they are the errors that you can fix.
Elijah Lazor, the overpass off the hand of Hudson, but Buckeyes able to keep it going. Hachinsky, the little tap, nothing going. Dug out there by Zahari. And now Hudson there once again on the dig. Pushed over by Hachinsky. Now here come the Patriots, the middle swing. Hudson the dig. Nice rally between both teams. The opposite hitter, there's Wetzel. And he puts it down. There's a senior out of Lake Mary. His first kill. He's got 16 kills, now make it 17 on the season.
You have to credit the defense there for Ohio State in those last few plays. A decent rally for both of these teams, but the Buckeyes just getting those passes up and gave Wetzel the opportunity for the kill.
Here's Puerto Rican native Eliel Salvatores, the Lincoln Memorial transfer. He's serving for Ohio State. The back set, the swing, and the cross-court kill is put down there by Aiden Welton. Right on cue, we talked about him pregame, and he picks up the second point there for the Patriots.
Welton there collecting his first kill of the season. Last year in 2025, he had 50.
Another overpass off the serve. The back set, Welton will try it again. This time he goes down the line. Hudson was there to dig it out. The back set, Wetzel will try it. Tries to go to the back row, too long. And 3-2 Patriots.
Just another mistake there by Ohio State. Hit that a little bit too high off his hand and out of bounds. So we've seen a couple of those errors by the Buckeyes that are ones that could be easily fixed.
That's what Hannah talked a little about in her hit pregame. As there's a swing from Hurley. He couldn't put it down, but obviously, Kevin Birch, head coach, wants to see them clean up the errors a little bit despite the 2-0 start, and that will tie this thing up at 3.
And that was the setter, Daniel Hinwood Rodriguez, with the kill. So he's strong there on the offensive side as well. And he had 52 kills last year, so it's not something that's entirely out of the blue for him to come in and attack.
Hinwood Rodriguez last year started all 27 games he appeared in. Integral part of that Buckeye team. There's a dump right there by Zahari. Back-to-back setter points.
So I was just about to say, you took the words out of my mouth. Both of the setters back-to-back. The attack of the setters there for both teams, and that's something you just have to pay attention to. Just really nice plays there, keeping that defense and that net on their toes.
Hinwood Rodriguez leaves it off behind. Hachinsky couldn't put it down. Zahari, the set, the stuff, and it's knocked right back at a point for the Buckeyes off a block. That time looked like it was Aaron Grimm who got his hand to it.
And we talked in the pregame about the block by Ohio State, something that's been strong so far. They're averaging that 3 flat. Seeing that first one here today.
Zaczynski to serve here, the Polish native. Nice dig out there by Kins. Left up on the outside, the swing. Nice diving dig on the back end. As Hurley will try, off the hands right there of Welton, knocked back, out of system and touched over. Rodriguez into the middle, Grimm the swing, a nice dig once again. A couple of nice rallies so far here early between these two teams. Rodriguez down the line, Hurley the touch, nothing going. Now a back set, another soft touch, and Wetzel with the left hand got it over and got it down.
That was a nice volley there between these two teams, as you had mentioned earlier, and Wetzel there with just a nice play. Instead of going in for the hard attack, he sees that blocker come up, just taps it over top of his hand instead for a soft touch and kill on the line.
Here's Zaczynski to serve once again. 8 kills in the last time out here for the Buckeyes against New Jersey Institute of Technology, a conference mate of the Patriots. Set here on the near side, Welton tried the big hammer. And nothing going on it. Hurley the other side, tries to go cross court. Great dig there by Evangelista. A swing and a block, but out of bounds, and Welton will pick up his second kill of the set.
Buckeyes with that triple block there on the side, but again went for the way of George Mason. And so far, a close set to begin this matchup.
Well, the Patriots in their opening loss, they didn't, I mean, that was a game in which neither team trailed by more than 5, so they know how to play a close set, at least in a small sample size this season. Rodriguez leaves it up middle, and Grimm just slams it right down and gives the Buckeyes the lead.
A really nice setup there by Henwood Rodriguez for Grimm to get that attack and kill from the middle. Just a short set, finds him on the push, and he gets the kill.
4th kill of the season there for Grimm. Richard, sophomore out of Louisville. Not too far here from Columbus. He serves. Left up in the middle, the hammer. Does that catch hands? No, it did not. Point Buckeyes.
And that was Evangelista. Tried that one from the back row. A little bit harder there behind that 10-foot line to get the attack to go down, and it went out of bounds.
Grimm the serve again. Played just 12 matches last year, but started 11 of them. Down the line, the lefty swing, stuffed right down. It was a fellow lefty, Wetzel, to put it down, and he's fired up about it.
Wetzel and Salvatores both on the net for that block. And as you mentioned, a lot of energy there by the Buckeyes as they've had a little bit of a run, 3-0 so far.
That is going to drop
in those first 2 matches, and 112 service aces as well, so that's a big one too. Wetzel, a huge part of this Ohio State team, and he was named to the AVCA All-American as well alongside Haczynski.
Off the net, service there that time. That was off of Grimm. It looked like 0 point for the Patriots, but quickly back to Wetzel. 2 kills, 1 assist, 2 digs, and a block so far here for the first 14 points. Zaharev here to serve. Former second team All EIVA back in 2023. Here's Wetzel again down the line. That one just a little too far outside. And back-to-back points for the Patriots.
That was a close one for Wetzel there, just outside of the line, but a nice spotting, just couldn't quite get it in bounds.
So the Buckeyes right now, 2 attack errors, 2 service errors. And right on cue, service error by George Mason with the points given right back to Ohio State.
That's George Mason's first service error of the evening so far. Buckeyes have 2.
Here's Shane Wetzel. Not only an All-American last year, but the last 3 years he's been an honorable mention All-American. And a 3-time All-MEVA recipient. Zaharev leaves it up. Welton the swing, and dug out in the back row by Haczynski. Hurley got it down off some hands, and Daniel Hurley will pick up his first kill on his 5th attempt.
And Hurley with the power through the block on that attack. Just gets it on the cross kill, even with the triple block up, and a nice attack and kill for Hurley and the Buckeyes.
6 kills, 8 digs. The last time out for Hurley against NJIT. That one very nearly an ace, and it is an ace as Wetzel just clears the back row.
And Wetzel just out of bounds on that line kill and gets the opposite effect here with that service ace.
That was awfully close. Wetzel used every bit of room that he had there in the back. This time he tries to go for the center. Touched over, and there's a point for George Mason, no doubt about it.
The Buckeyes on that one, just another unforced error over the net. Reached a little bit too far and onto the George Mason side.
That was on Hurley, the attack error. And even from up here, I think we could see he definitely went over. So it'll be a serve. It's Herbert. Hurley bumps the back. Wetzel the swing. He's got some reinforcements in Hudson. This time from the middle, it's Haczynski, and he goes right to the center and puts it down.
And that was a back row attack and kill for Haczynski. I talked a little bit earlier about the back row. It's hard to kind of get that wrist snap, get the ball to go down from the back row just because of the distance from the net, but a great job there by the sophomore.
Here's Hurley, 6'8" outside hitter. Mentioned earlier, but missed a lot of last season from injury. Showed some promise 2 years ago, so good get to get back for Ohio State. The back set by Zaharev. The swing, Welton couldn't put it down, somehow pinballed off of Wetzel and Hurley. On the reset, Kins leaves it up. Welton will try it again. He's stuffed once again. Hudson running it down. Buckeyes got to get it over. Nice scramble. Zahari of the back set. Welton, his third time the charm. No, it is not. Could not catch hands, and it went too far. And it's the biggest lead of the first set for Ohio State.
And Buckeyes up 5 now, and it started out going point for point here, but Ohio State slowly chipping away to gain a bigger lead in this first set.
And you look like that replay right there. Welton just split the difference on the double block that time. So here's Hurley serving once again. He's got 2 aces so far this season. The set, the spike, off some hands, hung up in the air and kept alive by Rodriguez. Out of system, Hachinsky just pushes it over. Kins leaves it. Welton the try. This time he connects.
That was a big point there for the Patriots. They needed a nice attack and kill for some motivation. And it was Welton, as you mentioned, on that opposite side, who's been pretty important here so far for George Mason with the loss of French.
He's gotten 10 attacks so far. He's put down 3 of them. That one a little too long off the serve. And a point for Ohio State.
And there's the second service error for the Patriots tonight.
Salvatores ready to serve this one away here for Ohio State. The back set, Welton tries it again, and another block here in this first set for Ohio State. That is their 3rd here in the set. They averaged 3 per set coming into this one, so they're off to a fast start on the blocking end.
Watching that one, it looked like he just tried to tip it over, but Hachinsky was still there on the block, got an arm on it, sent it back over to the other side of the court.
15-9 Ohio State. Salvatore to serve once again. The looper. Evangelista was there in the back row, and from the middle, a point. There, looks like it was Alexander Lilly to put it down. The sophomore out of New York, and a point for the Patriots.
That's Lilly's first kill of the evening as well, so he's added onto that stat sheet for the Patriots.
Lilly last season had the most solo blocks in the country, had 30 there for the Patriots. Forced around the net, but right now the Patriots no blocks so far. Here's Hachinsky to the back row, and yes, he got that one in. Although I don't think the George Mason bench liked it for a second. Looks like they won't challenge it.
Now that was a close one there. Really aggressive attack by Hachinsky from the outside. It just seemed to drop on that line from up here on the replay. It looked like it hit on the line, but still a close one.
Daniel Henwood Rodriguez on the serve. Set, Welton tries. That one just careens out of bounds, but the Buckeyes once again getting hands to it, and Welton will pick up kill number 4 here in the opening set.
Hachinsky and Grimm once again on that outside with the block. Worked for them a couple plays ago, but on that one just a little bit too much power. Credit to that offense from George Mason with a nice kill.
Evangelista right into the net. And just can't keep it off the floor, and that's just little mistakes there right now. If the Patriots down 6 in this opening set, you cannot have.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. They don't really have the opportunity here to be making those mistakes down 6.
Hachinsky, the fastball, 72 miles an hour off the hand, came right back over to Ohio State. Left up for Wetzel, the little touch, and it finds floor. Kins tried to pull the pancake there, just couldn't get a comeback here on them. As Hachinsky will serve it away, he rifles one in there, and it's just a little too long.
That error for Hachinsky, and we talked about George Mason didn't really have the opportunity for those mistakes. You still don't want to see it on the Ohio State side, but still a decent lead here, up by 6.
As here's Lilly to serve. No aces on the season, 3 service errors. And he won't find his first ace there. Rodriguez left it up for Hurley. The joust to the net, won by the Patriots, as it looked like, was that Zahari who got up there and knocked that over, as just a little bit of a set that was out of the reach of Hurley goes in favor of the Patriots.
A little bit off tempo there as you see it again on the replay. Hurley not quite able to get his hand on it to get a good connection and attack.
So the Patriots taking advantage of the errant set, trying to mount a comeback. That's 3 straight off to the timeout. There's an ace, and they're back within 4.
And this is exactly what the Patriots needed coming out of that timeout here, chipping away, now down by 4.
Here's the first ace of the season for Lily, and the 9th best blocker in the country. He had 94 last season. Coming into this one, he's only got one, but only one match so far, of course. That one a little too long in there. That will snap the 3-0 scoring run there for the Patriots.
And the 4th service error here for George Mason. And again, they had a little bit of a run there, so it's not completely out of the blue. They could come back for this set, but still the Buckeyes up by 5.
Okay, so have 2 timeouts left in their pocket as well. Should the Patriots find another run on them down the line, the swing, and there's a point right off the hand of Jackson Herbert, the opposite hitter out of Ashburn, Virginia.
Jackson Herbert got that one off of the hand of Wetzel on the Ohio State side. So far he has 7 kills on the 2026 season.
He's got 8 now, came in averaging 2.3% in their one matchup. Nice job by Hutchinson to get his hands to it. Rodriguez leaves it up. Hurley the swing, and that just came right off the top of his fingers and out of bounds.
Just a difficulty there with the connection for Hurley, as you mentioned. It seemed like it rolled off of his fingers instead of where he wanted it to connect on the palm, and something to clean up here in the rest of the set.
That pulls George Mason back within 3. It's been a minute since they've been this close. Trying to mount this comeback. The middle set, that will help within 2 off the hand of Salvatores.
And what I had talked in that hitting percentage, it's a 111 for George Mason and a 154 for Ohio State after you saw a few mistakes on the Buckeyes side with their attack.
Zahari the serve off the hands of Hurley. Free ball here for the Patriots. Somehow kept off the net and off the floor. Wetzel will swing. That one just a little too long. 4-0 run for the Patriots. Another attack here for Ohio State. That's 19-18.
And that 4-0 run has largely been helped by Ohio State's attack errors.
Zahari, the former Bulgarian junior volleyball national team player, sends it away. Wetzel will try the swing. It's sent right back to him. Rodriguez leaves it up, this time in the middle. It's Hutchinson, and that will stem the bleeding for a second.
And that was what the Buckeyes needed, was a nice attack there from Hutchinson again in the back row. That's second time we've seen him do that tonight, and it's worked well so far for Ohio State.
Stanislaw Hutchinson has got 4 kills on 10 swings so far here in this first set. The Buckeyes 5 points away from taking set number 1. The leave on the outside, it was Welton the swing. Got a lot of swings early, haven't seen him take a swing lately, and there's another point for Ohio State, back to back. It was Wetzel this time.
And Wetzel now alongside Hutchinson with 4 kills for the Buckeyes tonight. They're leading the team.
Wetzel, the lone ace for the Buckeyes in this first set. Just rolls it off the tape. The back set, the swing, and the hammer put down there by Herbert. He goes cross court, and it looked like Hutchinson and Wetzel kind of just took a look at each other, each thinking each other was going to get it.
It was a nice spotting there by Herbert, as you mentioned. Just split the defense there in the back row on the cross court attack and got the kill.
Pulls them back within 2 here. Herbert almost found an ace. Nice dig out by Hurley. They try to go for Hutchinson in the middle, and that comes wildly off the hands of Hudson. And George Mason now at the 20 plateau.
Only a 1-point set here, and it's getting later into this first set as well, so every point counts here.
A lot less room for error on either side. Jackson Herbert will serve it away. Rodriguez over to Wetzel. Pounds it down just underneath the hands of the man in the back row.
And that was a big attack there by Wetzel. Just sent that one over the net and just killed it right in front of Herbert.
Yeah, went right at Herbert that time. Nothing much he can do there. The Buckeyes within 3 of taking this first set. Here's Hurley, who's a former first-team All-Virginia recipient back in 2021, and he sends one into the net.
An error here this late in the set from the service line is something you definitely don't want to see. Puts this set back within 1.
Elijah Lazor, the senior middle blocker here. An all-important serve at this point in the set. Rodriguez, Hutchinson stuffed right back down, and we're knotted at 22.
And that was a big block there for Welton on the opposite side. making his presence known not only on the offensive side so far, but also up on the net for defense.
Low serve just over the net. Torres pushes it to Haczynski off some hands, and he puts it down and collects the kill.
Haczynski now with his 5th kill. Wetzel and Haczynski both sitting at 5 so far tonight, still leading that Ohio State team, going kill for kill.
The Buckeyes back out in the driver's seat. Eliel Salvatores. Into the net, 23-all.
2 back-to-back service errors here for the Buckeyes. That's their 5th one of the evening as well. And just 2 unforced errors for Ohio State to tie it up at 23.
Here's Aiden Welton to try. Got the Ohio State student section right behind him. Rodriguez behind. Wetzel the swing, dug out in the back row by Welton. A swing. Hudson just punches it up in the air. Left up to Wetzel, spins it off some hands, and set point Ohio State.
And you have to credit the hustle there by Hudson for the Buckeyes to go and reach out and get that dig, but not only get it, even more impressively, able to get it to a good spot for his setter, Henwood Rodriguez, to get the setup for an attack. Buckeyes now sitting at that set point. That was Hudson's 5th dig of the evening as well.
And Christian Teresi will come on in his first action tonight. Freshman setter out of Chicago. He'll be a service sub and promptly launches one into his own student section.
And that's the 3rd service error there by the Buckeyes. Tying it up here at set point. So if you don't know the rules, have to win by 2 here.
Could go on forever in this first set. Evangelista gets it over. Rodriguez leaves it up. Wetzel this time on the near side is able to go cross court and put it down, and back to set point Buckeyes.
Some movement there by the Buckeyes, put Wetzel on the outside as we usually see him there on the opposite, but left-handed hitter too, so able to open that one up and get the cross-court kill.
Stanislaw Haczynski will get the call here from the service line on the 2nd set point for Ohio State. Rifle over, nearly out, but kept alive. There's the swing. Welton was stuffed, kept off the floor. This time another swing. Once again, that Buckeye block affecting things here early. And that one just wildly off the hand of Herbert. Almost an anticlimactic ending to what was a great first set. Kind of just came dead off that hand. The Buckeyes will take set 1.
And looking back on that one, the Buckeyes originally thought that the first attack on that play didn't hit the actual block and was in the net, but still were able to get it with that net play. You saw the block be big for Ohio State. They win the first set.
That is the slimmest set 1 win of margin this season for Ohio State. George Mason gave them everything they could.
As a whole, but also in their conferences.
Yeah, I gotta imagine the Ramblers are gonna be right back up and contending in MIVA play as well this season. And George Mason will get us started here in set number 2, going from right to left now. Alexander Lilly will serve it away to get us going in the 2nd set. Buckeyes lead 1-0. Can the Patriots even this up at 1? We'll have to find out. And quickly, there's a big kill. It's Eliel Salvatores who just pounds that one back down.
That's Salvatore's first kill tonight. And just a kind of a play there by Ohio State had Salvatores and also Hurley come up for that attack, so making it a little bit harder for the net to read where the ball was going to go.
Shane Wetzel will serve and gives the point. And back to the Patriots on a service error. That was going to be service error number 7 on the night for Ohio State.
And the Buckeyes so far starting this 2nd set the same way they finished it from the service line.
Aiden Welton now on the serve. So on a high one that just gets over the net. And there's Salvatores again. They give it right back to him, and he comes through once again.
Salvatores getting some serious action here in this 2nd set. So far he had 7 kills in that first matchup. He's got 2 now tonight, and 2 quick ones here in the 2nd.
Here comes the Buckeyes from Lincoln Memorial. The Buckeyes will face them a couple times here at home later on this month. As there's another service error. Hurley this time for Ohio State, and 2-2.
The Buckeyes really hurting their chances here for any sort of run as they're struggling from the service line so far.
So a freshman middle blocker right here. Or excuse me, wrong side. Jackson Herbert. He's on the serve. There's a set, a swing, and a joust to the net, and a point there for the Patriots.
Seems like something on the Ohio State side, some sort of miscommunication that happened on the offense to give another unforced error there and point to George Mason.
I'm going to credit Stanislaw Haczynski with an attack error that time. And the Patriots are with their first lead of the set. And then the service error bug gets George Mason that time, as that one sent out of bounds by Herbert.
Patriots with their 5th service error. So still a few behind Ohio State in that stat line.
Here's Salvatores. Here in this 3-3 second set. A fastball right over the net, set up down the line. The swing, Salvatore is there to dig it out off the hand of Evangelista. Haczynski will swing. He goes to the back row, and it could have been dug out that time. But it looked to be Herbert who dove for it, got his hand to it, but just not enough.
Nice awareness there by Haczynski. He saw that there was just Herbert there, pushed farther back in that back row defense, so made him work for it, found a good spot, and got the kill.
I want a looper off the hand, set up right in the middle. Herbert the swing, and he puts it down, and we're tied at 4.
That was a sharp and quick attack there by Herbert, collecting his 3rd kill of the night.
And Herbert can certainly swing it. He led the team last year in kills of 212. That's 7 in their opener. And up now the night, up to 3. Edward Rodriguez back sets behind him, and that one put right back at him for a George Mason point.
That was Evangelista and Lilly up at the net for the block for George Mason.
That'll be block number 3 as a team. Here for the Patriots. Buckeyes had 3 in that opening set as well. Rodriguez tried to dump it, and he got it. Looked like it came off the hands maybe of Evangelista.
That one was kind of hard to see from up here, but looked like it went into the net, but must have just touched the hands of that defense of Evangelista and ties it back up at 5.
We were kind of blocked there by the first official. Point for the Buckeyes, 5-5. First official, Zach McCroy. Let out by second referee, Jung Park. And another point this time for Ohio State.
And there was an ace by Henwood Rodriguez. Split the defense there in the back row of George Mason. That was Evangelista and Herbert. So another ace. They struggled at the service line so far, so that was a big one for the Buckeyes.
And here's Rodriguez once again for Ohio State. This time no ace. Evangelista was there, but the overpass is going to be stuffed right back down, but point for Ohio State.
And no ace, but almost just as good there. Is a free ball is definitely an opportunity there when it goes right over the net for anybody who's standing there on the block, and that time it was Grimm to get a nice, easy attack.
It's a 3-0 run now for Ohio State. See if the Buckeyes can keep it going. Left up on the outside, Welton the swing. It was dug out. Hurley will set it. Wetzel will pound it. And that one's going to go way out of bounds off the hands of Libero Kins that time. And that's a 4-0 run for the Buckeyes.
And Wetzel back in his trusty spot there on the opposite side. Hurley with a nice setup, high setup there for Wetzel to collect his 8th kill. And he's hitting at a .357 percentage, so that's a pretty nice hitting percentage as well.
Evangelista there. Here's the set and the spike, and it's blocked by the Buckeyes, making a 5-0 run.
And
out of this timeout. It's Henwood Rodriguez serving once again. That's kept off the floor. Set up here near side. The swing by Evangelista dug out. Pushed over by Haczynski. It'll be Hurley from the 10-foot line to put it down. Could not. That one blocked off the hands of Evangelista, and the Buckeye block once again. That's back-to-back blocks, and they're up by 5.
And it was Wetzel and Grimm again on the block for Ohio State. They have made their presence known as they go up for that double block.
Daniel Henwood Rodriguez's feet starting to be entrenched on that line. He had to move to the other side now. It's a 5-0, or make that a 6-0 run for Ohio State. Tries to go cross court, nearly an overpass. It is an overpass. And set up for Haczynski. He couldn't get it in, just a little too far. And a point, and a much needed one at that for George Mason.
breaking that 6-0 scoring run for Ohio State. That one was a little bit confusing. It almost seemed like Zaharev there thought it wasn't going to be an overpass and faked Ohio State out, but they were able to get it back up. But a point there for the Patriots.
Wetzel swings, and it's altered there at the net, the back set. The swing, and that's put down by Aiden Welton, his 5th of this match.
And Welton leading George Mason so far. His season debut here tonight after the French injury, and he is leading this team and doing it well.
Out of Illinois, a sophomore, is a former AVCA honorable mention All-American back in high school. He's got the talent. Showing it here tonight. This time will be left up on the outside. Evangelista goes cross court and wiggles one inside. And within 2 now are the Patriots.
Evangelista just splitting that one between Hudson and Hurley. Some miscommunication on the defensive side of Ohio State.
Here's Welton again. Rodriguez leaves it. That's Grimm from the middle. He tried to put one down, could not. And Welton will get it right back to him. Tic-tac-toe goes the Patriots. That's a 4-0 scoring run of their own, and they're back within 1.
And you talked earlier about how head coach Hosek had said that they weren't able to respond well in that game with Catawba, and you've seen them here in the second set. They're responding well to that 6-0 scoring run from the Buckeyes with a 4-0 scoring run of their own.
It's the second time we've done that. The words were right on the tip of my mouth myself was going to bring that up, but you certainly see the fight in this team here tonight. There's a swing. Hachinsky will stop that run. He puts it down, and there's kill number 7 for Stanislaw Hachinsky.
Snapping that scoring run from George Mason. A nice cross-court kill for Hachinsky off the hands of the triple block.
That's kill number 22 overall here for Ohio State tonight. Hitting .216 on this match. Hachinsky, the overpass, and making an ace.
73 miles per hour on that ace for Hachinsky. That is a deadly serve, and right over the net, too. Makes that one hard to defend.
Hachinsky off to a fast start this season. He came in with 6 aces, just 5 service errors this season, and you see in that little bug pop down there. Was 3rd in the NCAA coming into tonight, and right on cue, there he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Hachinsky sent that one out of bounds, but he had 3 aces apiece in those first 2 matches. As you saw, he's ranked 3rd in aces per set this season.
Evangelista will line one over. Rodriguez leaves it up, and it's put down there by Aaron Grimm.
Grimm collecting his 3rd kill of the evening. And something to look at, too, that you had mentioned, Ohio State now with their 23rd kill, is the difference in the numbers of kills that we've seen. It's a 10-point deficit, 13 for the Patriots, 23 for the Buckeyes, so that's definitely a big difference on the attack.
Here's a service sub. It's the freshman middle blocker, Brady Jones, out of Loveland, Ohio. We'll serve one away here for Ohio State. Left up on the outside, it's Welton, the overpass, and another kill for him. 7 now for the sophomore.
See that replay again. Henwood Rodriguez tries to defend that one, just couldn't quite get his hands on it, sends it out of bounds for another kill for the Patriots.
More of a protective dig that time with that ball coming right at his eyes. Here's Lilly to serve, just clear the net. And here's the back set down the line. Wetzel will swing it. He'll go down the line near side and picks up the kill.
And that one just a little bit outside of the line, but he got the touch of the hands of the block from Herbert as well as Laser on that far side.
Wetzel just clears the tape. It's right back. It's pretty much put on a platter for Hurley, and then he went over the net. And that will be a error on Ohio State and a point there for the Patriots.
That one was a close one. There was a free ball opportunity for Hurley, but just a little bit too far over top for the error by Ohio State.
It's the second time Hurley has done that tonight, come over the net. Right up into the net. That one goes off the hand of Zaharev. It'll be 15-12 now, Ohio State.
Sixth service error there by George Mason. Still a close second set here, though. Only up by 3, the Buckeyes here.
Hurley will serve, and an ace. It's down to the eye right there on the Big Ten logo on the edge of the court.
And Hurley's first service ace of the evening, and that's the 4th one for the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes have 16 aces through the first 2 matches, so an average of about 8 per match. Off to another strong start from the line. Here's one set up. Welton will try it here on the near side. Couldn't put it down. Hudson back into the game at libero, and Hurley just not enough on that one.
There's a triple block there on the George Mason side. Hurley from the back row just tried to tip that one over. Not quite enough power on it. It falls on the Ohio State side.
Here's Jackson Herbert. Rodriguez back set, and there's Wetzel flying in on the line. He puts that one down and restores a 4-point advantage. Torres on the serve, and that one might have gone underneath the net.
Salvatore must have just not quite gotten his hand right on that serve for Ohio State as they go into double digits in the service error category.
That pulls the Patriots back within 3. And here's a serve for Elijah Lazor. Rodriguez leaves it up in the middle, and there's a swing and a kill. That's the freshman Jones. His 3rd kill of this young season.
And Jones in that first matchup against Central State, he had 2 kills and an ace as well. So collecting his 3rd of the season.
Now the Buckeye setter, Daniel Henwood Rodriguez, will step to the line. And gives that point right back, 18-15 now in favor of Ohio State.
And the Buckeyes had cleaned up that serving a little bit in the middle of the second set, but now looking a little bit more similar to what was happening at the end of the first.
Here's Welton on the serve. As Rodriguez will leave it up, there's Wetzel. He's moving left, he's moving to the right. No matter where he is on the court right now, he's been putting them down. He's up to 11 kills now and hitting percentage over 400.
At 444 on that hitting percentage for Wetzel. He has just been so consistent for the Buckeyes. You could expect to see them continue to set him up here in this second set.
And now Stanislaw Haczynski on the service line. Back set, Welton, the swing, caught some hands. That was all he needed. And we continue to go back and forth here in the second set.
Welton from the opposite side on that attack and kill. He gets his 8th of the evening.
Here's the set. They try to leave it up for Jones. He couldn't put it down. Now Wetzel, the touch and the kill. Or excuse me, that was Hurley on the outside.
Nice awareness there by Hurley. Didn't go up with a lot of power, saw the block, just tipped it over, found the opening there in the middle of the coverage by George Mason.
So Hurley now up to 3 kills. And here's a serve from the freshman Jones. Just can't clear that last bit of tape.
The Buckeyes here up by 3, so still a little bit more of a cushion, but another service error is definitely something that Ohio State doesn't want to see. They're up to 12 now, which is 2 times the amount that the Patriots are sitting at.
Alexander Lilly now to serve, and what the Patriots need is a run. I feel like we've been trading points for the last 10 points or so.
It's been a slow end to this second set.
And for Ohio State, you'll take trading points right now with the 3-point cushion. So the Patriots looking for that run. Out of system, they'll just bump it over. Rodriguez is set. The swing, and Hurley could not put it down, and Hudson just has to push it over. Left up, the swing, and right back down. 3rd block of the set for Ohio State. Looked like Salvatore and Wetzel combined on that one.
That was a nice attest there to the Ohio State defense. First getting that dig out of the net, and then the block there from Wetzel and Salvatore.
The Buckeyes are 4 away from taking the second set, so George Mason will play. Shane Wetzel, who's had himself a dandy tonight. 11 kills, 3 digs, and 3 blocks alongside 1 ace. He won't make it 2, though. There's Welton, splits the difference, goes to the back row, and a much-needed point right there for the Patriots.
That was one of those attacks and kills that the Patriots needed. Welton with a nice one to that back row.
And right off his kill, he'll be the one to serve. And finds the ace. Looked like Hurley pulled off on that one at the last second, misjudged it, and back-to-back points pulled George Mason within 2.
That was a big ace there for the Patriots to get some motivation here as we finish up the second set.
Kevin Birch will take his first time out of the set, so don't go anywhere. We'll step aside. 21-19, Buckeyes.
Second set, Buckeyes still with that 2-point lead, and there's not very many points left to go, so see how far they can continue to push this run.
It's a lot like how that first set went. See if the Patriots can flip the script. On the outside, Hurley the swing, and the timeout does dividends as there's Dan Hurley to pick up the kill.
And a nice play there by Ohio State to kind of confuse the net. See, not really sure who was going to hit that one, but it went out to Hurley on the outside as you see both him and Salvatore jump up for the possible attack.
And now Hurley will take the serve himself. Buckeyes 3 away from putting away the second set. The set, the swing, and the kill. There's Herbert on the outside, and he picks that one up.
Nice cross-court attack and kill by Herbert. That's his 4th of the evening.
Patriots back within 2. It'll be Herbert to serve. Here on the stretch run of set 2. The back set, Wetzel the swing. Nice dig out there by Zahariev. Rodriguez now leaves it up middle. Torres could not put it down. A great dig by Kins, the libero, and almost another Buckeye block. Just put over. What a rally. Rodriguez, Haczynski. And once again, the Patriots just scrambling. Live to see another point. Haczynski will try, and he's got a kill.
Haczynski getting his 8th, but that was a fun rally to watch. A little bit interesting, though. A lot of off-tempo plays, and you still have to credit George Mason, even though they gave up that point to Haczynski on the attack. Some nice, solid defensive plays to keep that one alive.
We'll see another service of Christian Tarisi here. In for Ohio State, and just like his first service substitution, he rifles it into the net. And back within 2 are the Patriots.
A lot of power on that serve. It was at 70 miles per hour, but just not enough height to get it over the net.
Now Elijah Lazor will come up and pick this one up. Out of Parkersburg, PA. Rodriguez pushes it over. In the back line, Herbert was ready for it. There's the tap over. Welton couldn't put it down. Rodriguez again trying to knock one over, and the joust goes to the Patriots, and they're within 1.
That was a fight at the net between Lilly and Henwood Rodriguez, so a little bit of a difference in size on that fight. 6'3" for Henwood Rodriguez and 6'8" for Lilly, and George Mason comes up with the win.
And a timeout here on the floor. Buckeyes leading by 1 for the Patriots, so pretty much split in half in both categories. And here's a big all-important serve. It's Gabe Metcalf, it looks like, if I can see the number correctly. First time we said his name tonight. California native, a junior, with the big serve, and Hurley was there. Here's the set, the swing. Haczynski, ball loops up in the air, kept alive, and touched over to tie us at 23. That was Welton to put it down.
And Welton collecting his 10th kill, so he's at double digits, and another big one there to tie it up from George Mason.
Here's Metcalf, who's the 2nd generation to play for this program. His father, Scott, also played for this men's volleyball team. Hudson has to navigate around Hurley, and the Buckeyes just able to get it over the net. Left up and put down. There's Lilly, and set point here for George Mason.
Lilly just coming in and collecting his second kill of the evening, but that was a big one and important here for the Patriots as they have the opportunity now to close out this second set.
And here's Metcalf, another big serve. Rodriguez to Wetzel, and it careens back, a free ball, and just couldn't be put over. The big swing by Herbert, and Wetzel did just enough on that swing to kind of just put the defense up in arms.
Wetzel snapping that 4-0 scoring run by George Mason, tying it back up. Same thing as that first set, have to win by 2, so we'll go past 25 in the second as well.
24 all will be Daniel Henwood. Rodriguez here to serve. The bump, the swing, and the block. Fourth block of the set for Ohio State. It was Haczynski and Jones to combine, and set point now Buckeyes.
And that Buckeye block coming up just as important as it has been for Ohio State this season. Now they have the opportunity to close out this second set.
Left up, the joust. It goes backwards, and Zaharev was there. Now the swing, that might have been altered to the net. Now a joust at the net, and that one won. What's the signal? Point for the Patriots, we play on. And immediately Kevin Birch will say, I don't agree with that call, let me challenge it. And it looks like he hasn't officially made the call yet, but we will have our first review of the night.
And it seemed like, what I would assume is that he's challenging that earlier play, not the one that just finished it, but saying that it was not touched by Ohio State, was just touched by the net on the George Mason side.
That's what you saw. Second referee over there make the call. He made the motion with the fingers, the tip, and so we'll take a look at this one. And this is obviously, Sarah, a huge call at this point of the set.
It's definitely a big one here. Either the opportunity for Ohio State to go up 2-0 in these sets, or for George Mason to tie it up here. He's saying that it wasn't touched by the Buckeyes. You're getting the replay here now.
That's tough to see. I mean,
it's a hard one because you can see the hands of Jones go down on the left side of Wetzel, but you can't really tell if it was exactly touched by him.
That's also huge what the initial call was, and they called it, what was it, Buckeye touch, and we played on, so obviously you got to have enough to overturn the initial call, and by that look at least, I feel like it's going to be very tough to overturn.
It's a difficult one for sure. Coach Birch using his first challenge of the evening and the first challenge so far in this game, which it's been a competitive one, so kind of surprising to see that to be the first one.
Yeah, it comes up the end of set 2, and what bigger time, obviously, like you said, and this goes in favor of Ohio State. Set over, 2-0. If not, we play on 25-25, and obviously if George Mason is able to tie this here at 1 apiece, I mean, that really changes the complexity of this matchup. Obviously not impossible to come down 0-2, but you would much rather it be 1-1 rather than 0-2.
A lot easier there for the Patriots.
Here's the call. And there was a touch at the net. Call was confirmed. We play on 25 all now here from the Covelli Center. So obviously when we took a look at that angle, going to be tough to overturn that one, and sure enough, it was upheld.
And you had mentioned that, and that definitely was a hard one looking at that replay, so can't blame the referees here for keeping it confirmed and tying it up at 25.
Aiden Welton now will serve. This one will go to at least 27 points for the winner. Haczynski tries to go cross court, and that's going to be a point for the Buckeyes. Touch at the net, and second set point for the Buckeyes.
That one looked like it went out of bounds, but again, that touch at the net is what made it go to the Ohio State point. That was a close one on the replay. It didn't really quite look like it got touched to the net. Maybe it dropped on that line instead.
Well, Haczynski will serve. Buckeyes on set point. And left it a little too long, and we play on 26-26.
And that was a big error for the Buckeyes. Again, they have that cushion of being up 1-0 in these sets, but it would have been huge to be able to close it out on the service line, take this second.
Rodriguez back behind him. Wetzel, and the Buckeyes just go to the hot hand, and he comes through.
Wetzel, consistent as he has been in these first two sets, that veteran senior player from the opposite side. He's collected his 12th kill, and he's just under 400 at a .391 percentage.
Brady Jones to serve, set point number 3 here for Ohio State. A set, back behind, Welton the swing, and no one's there for Ohio State. He found the soft part of that defense and ties this thing up.
Welton just dropped that one on the back of the out-of-bounds line. I think the Ohio State defense kind of thought that that one was going to go out of bounds, and nice spot there by Welton.
This thing may go on all night at this rate. It'll be Lilly to serve here for the Patriots. Rodriguez backing up, sets it up down the line. Hurley just got it over. Nice dig from the 10-foot line of Evangelista. Couldn't put it down. Rodriguez will try it again for Hurley. This time he goes with some power and overpass and out. And Daniel Hurley will pick up the kill, make it set point number 4 for Ohio State.
Big kill there by Hurley, his 4th of the evening. So he collects that cross-court attack and kill.
It'll be Wetzel to serve. Kept alive. Welton dug out by Wetzel. Back to the 10-foot line. That's in. And the Buckeyes will take set number 2. And a back-and-forth thriller, and they go up 2-0.
29-27 finish. That one definitely a competitive second set. Paczynski finishes it out with a nice kill, just dropping it on the line from the back row.
And a backbreaker there for the Patriots. Now, the 8th straight set taken by Ohio State to start their young campaign, but Patriots had a set point of their own here to start that whole back-and-forth rally, but the Buckeyes able to stave them off and dig in and dig out that second set.
Yeah, that was big for Ohio State to get that second one, go up 2-0. And when you look at the score and the way that these two teams have been playing, you wouldn't really think that it was a 2-0 game so far. It's been very evenly matched, but Buckeyes just finding ways to finish off these first two sets.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been close all around, and I mean, just a couple of points left, a couple of points right, and this could very easily be 2-0 George Mason here in this one. And that's where you have to continue to see that fight if you're Jay Hasek and his squad right now, because you've been right at the doorstep, just haven't been able to get over that last bit of the mountain in these last couple sets.
Absolutely, and it's responding to just those last-minute points, and they've had those runs, as you mentioned, and they're getting close and going to need to go back and win these last 3 sets, but not impossible.
Yeah, that indeed, it's 2-0 Ohio State. We'll talk to Hannah Williford in just a moment. Right now the Buckeyes leading 2-0. As we'll set it down, Hannah Williford standing by with Kevin Birch.
Coach, you were up by as many as 7 in that first set. They clawed their way back, tied it up 24-24. Similar in the second set, you had the lead the whole time. They fought back. What do you think is happening in those stretches that's letting them back in?
I think it's a little bit of a, I don't think it's a conscious thing where they're getting satisfied or getting a little relaxed, but I think we're giving away a lot of points in those sections when we get leads. It's like when you ace the midterm, you take a step back, and it's not really a conscious thing, but it kind of gets you in trouble sometimes, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
What did you see with that challenge call? You pulled your challenge card, was 25-25. You didn't seem pleased. Your players are saying they did not have a touch at the net. What did you see there?
Yeah, well, we were debating whether to challenge the net call because our guys said they didn't touch the net, or the poor contact call. And I thought the poor contact call was the more clear call that would be seen on review. It's tough. I mean, without seeing the replay, it's hard to tell, but it didn't look like it live. But, I trust those refs. They do a good job, so just kind of move on.
33 kills across 2 sets. How would you assess your offensive production?
We're certainly earning, but we're struggling to find that balance between earned and given. We gave 12 away in the first set. I would guess we were probably close to that in the second set. And again, it's largely when we get leads. So it's just a matter of kind of learning from it and just being smarter about it.
What do you think your team needs to do to pull this off in 3 sets?
Just be a little more conservative when it's not there. If you know what, we don't have to kill every ball. And just because you can doesn't mean you should. So trying to be a little bit more conscious of our decision making and learning from it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
24-24 in the first set after being down by as many as 7. Pushed so hard in the second set. What do you need to do to get that edge over the Buckeyes in set number 3?
We just got to get a little production from a few guys they're not quite in the rhythm tonight for some reason. But if we can get them to be able to hit 1 or 2 more balls per set down, then I feel like it'd be a little bit different story. But I'm happy where we are right now. We just got to finish.
How do you think your team has done adjusting without Liam French in tonight?
Yeah, I think we found a couple of guys that are excited to be in and see what they can do. But right now, it's just a matter of can we finish? Can we get across that finish line sprinting and not just kind of cruise into it?
Ohio State has 33 kills across the first 2 sets. What do you do to try to stop them offensively?
It's 2 points per set. I'm not really looking at anything different other than just us finishing what we can do. We're digging some balls. We got to capitalize on them now.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Hannah. Well, they're right there. I think that's been the big message here for George Mason. Down 0-2 here in this one. Let's see if the Patriots can flip the script on the Buckeyes, or if the Buckeyes can go to 3-0 on the season and a perfect 9-0 in terms of their sets. They've yet to drop one this season. But, I mean, I think this one has been about as much as you could ask for here between these two teams tonight.
Yeah, Buckeyes up 2-0, but that doesn't mean it has not been a competitive matchup so far. And this is the big moment to see where George Mason will respond. This third set, it's either they take this one or they go home.
That indeed. 2-0 Ohio State by way of a 26-24 set 1 win and then a 29-27 set 2 win. There's some last substitutions here. Buckeyes hitting 253 overall. George Mason 156. And I really like what Kevin Birch said. They're earning a lot offensively, but they're giving a lot as well. Earned, but don't give as much. You see the Buckeyes can clean up some of the errors there in that third set now.
That was a big one, and something we talked about throughout those first 2 sets were those errors that could easily be fixed or changed, giving away those points.
First opportunity to clean things up will come from Stanislaw Haczynski, who's got 10 kills here in this one alongside 5 digs. That one just right in the middle, and first point there for the Patriots. It was Lilly who put that one down, and for the first time tonight, it'll be George Mason with the first point of the set.
That was a quick attack and kill there by the Patriots, and the third kill of the evening for Lilly as he goes back to the service line as well.
Rodriguez leaves it up. There's Wetzel once again. He's picked up 13 kills now tonight on that swing. He's back near 400 in terms of the hitting percentage.
And Ohio State, you got to expect them to continue to look at Shane Wetzel. He's been so impressive, hitting at a 417 now after that kill. And the Patriots need to find a way to stop him on the attack.
The back set and the swing, well denied. His teammates had his back. Now another swing, and it's Herbert able to put it down, the lefty. And 2-1 Patriots.
Hard attack and kill broke through the block of Wetzel and Salvatore on the Ohio State side.
And the Buckeyes have been dominating the net here in this one. 7 blocks overall for Ohio State, 4 for George Mason, but as you said, able to break through that block that time. As Henwood Rodriguez leaves it up in the middle, Salvatore's pushed it over. Now right in the middle comes the Patriots, and flying in is Evangelista, and he puts it down from the 10-foot line.
And a nice spot there by Evangelista, just fell on the back of that out-of-bounds line, and he grabs his 3rd kill of the evening.
Nice placement on that right between 2 defenders, Hudson and Haczynski, the last line of defense in the back. Here's Haczynski digging that one out. Rodriguez down the line, pushed over by Hurley, and he collects the kill.
Hurley tips that one set close to the net, got his hand on it, and found a good spot on the line as he grabs his 5th kill of the evening.
Nice little touch off the tops of his fingers that time. Took a little off it, and the Buckeyes within 1 here, early set 3. And that will be an ace as well. Haczynski able to pick it up. Or beg your pardon. Should I say Shane Wetzel?
That's Wetzel's 2nd service ace of the evening. We talked about how impressive he's been from the service line, and he was last year, and he's keeping it going here in this 3rd match of the season.
He led Ohio State with 53 aces last campaign. The back set, the swing, and Herbert denied at the nets.
That was Salvatore's and Hurley on the double block there. It seemed like Salvatore's got his hands on that one. And an 8th block here for the Buckeyes.
Shane Wetzel now will serve once again. 3-0 run for the Bucks. will snap it right there. 4-4 off the service there. 15 now tonight for Ohio State.
The Buckeyes snap their own scoring run. Again, one of those opportunities, as you mentioned earlier, that Coach Birch had talked about giving away those points, and now it's tied back up at 4.
Jackson Herbert will waltz his way to the service line. Rodriguez, the back set, will go right to Wetzel, and he continues his hot day. Went right to the back row and puts down his 14th kill here tonight.
And Wetzel's got all the energy out there. He's keeping that Buckeyes team motivated. Another sharp kill for Wetzel as he collects his 14th.
That's a season high, of course, with 10 coming in the last match against NJIT. Had 6 in the opener against Central State. And he continues to add on to that one, and there's that give aspect right there. Hurley couldn't clear the net, and 5-5.
16 service errors now for the Buckeyes. That's 10 more than what the Patriots are sitting at with their 6.
Rodriguez down the line. Haczynski caught some hands as well. Just couldn't get a good feel on that one, and that's down for another kill for Haczynski.
Haczynski just pushes that one over to get the point, keeping Ohio State just 1 point ahead. And again, it's the same thing that we've been saying in these last 2 sets, starting out close in the 3rd.
Wetzel and Haczynski a combined 25 kills here in this one. Salvatore lines it over the net. Set up on the outside, Evangelista. That was a tough shot, tough angle, and he put it down with ease.
A tough angle, Evangelista just around that 10-foot line from the outside. That is sharp and a really nice spot there to get the termination.
Rodriguez leaves it up and put right down by Brady Jones. That one came off like a rocket on his hand.
And that setup there by Henwood Rodriguez was really nice too. It was almost like, if you watch it here, back set there. So nice spot there on the run by Henwood Rodriguez to set up the attack and kill.
Just cleared the tape. The set right back to Evangelista, who tried to go the other way like he did. That time he couldn't put it down. Haczynski's there. He puts that one down. Terminates that point, and the Buckeyes up by 2 on Haczynski's 12th kill.
And Hudson with a diving save to keep that one alive as he gets his 11th dig on the evening.
That time the Buckeyes were ready. Evangelista tried to carve off that inside again. Hudson in the right spot. The set, here's Welton flying in, and he soars for a point.
And that one just out of the reach of Hurley, who was in that back row, pushed back pretty much on the back baseline. And a nice spot by Welton.
Overpass off the hands of Hurley, and it's taken right advantage of. Looked like it was Herbert who just bopped that one back over, and we're tied at 8.
Just a few of these errors by Ohio State that, again, are things that they could work on to fix here in this 3rd set.
The set, Jones the swing, and it's kept off the floor. Herbert will try this one. That one just floats out of bounds for a Buckeye point.
That one just came off wrong in the hands of Herbert to give Ohio State a point and stayed just up by 1.
Stanislaw Haczynski will step up to the line. Double-digit kills in 21 matches last year. He's got double digits tonight with 12. He's got 5 digs, 3 blocks as well. Cross-court set. Welton flying in there and just pound through that block that time. Double block between Jones and Hurley, and he puts that one down.
They've had some success here in this 3rd set of pushing through the block. Doesn't always work, but it's worked well here for the Patriots as they go in between Jones and Hurley.
Here's Lilly on the serve. Rodriguez leaves it up for Jones. He's stuffed and denied. And a point for the Patriots off the block. Looked like Lazor was there, and I think Zaharev as well.
Bit of an overpass there by Hudson made it hard for Henwood Rodriguez to get his hands on a solid set for an attack.
So 10-9 Patriots here, third set. As Alexander Lilly the serve once again. Rodriguez leaves it Hurley off the hands of Herbert and down for Hurley's 5th kill of the set. Match.
Really with a nice cross-court kill there. That one's pretty sharp too. It's up near that 10-foot line. Buckeyes tie it back up.
Now Brady Jones, 6'5" freshman here. Set. Welton cross court. And that one out of bounds, or excuse me, that's inbounds for a Patriot point.
And split the block on that attack. Found a good spot on that far line.
Zahari just pounds that one into the net. We are tied once again at 11.
The Patriots have been pretty clean from the service line. They just collected their 7th, but they had been sitting at 6 for a while.
Here's Shane Wetzel. Just clears the net and finds the ace. Had that last rotation the ball needed to roll over that tape, and sometimes you'll just take it.
And a 3rd service ace for the lefty Shane Wetzel, and that one's just a hard one to defend when it catches off the net like that.
Wetzel again. This time he clears the net. That's left right up in the middle. Hudson there to dig that one out. Left up, Wetzel down the line, and he picks up another point. 15 kills now on the night for Shane Wetzel.
And Wetzel has just been doing everything for the Buckeyes so far. He gets that ace and then a kill right away to put the Ohio State up by 2.
It's a 3-on run for Ohio State, and George Mason will burn a timeout.
Obviously, we've talked about it a lot, as you said. Coach Birch mentioned it as well. It would be a very different match, I think, so far if they had cleaned up some of those errors.
And Welton will put that one down. He's got 15 kills now as well.
Welton and Wetzel really leading their teams so far, both with decent hitting percentages as well. Wetzel, really nice percentage at a .462 and a .333 for Welton.
Herbert's serve kept off the ground. Here's Hachinski from the 10-foot line. He swings and puts that one down, and the Buckeyes back up by 2.
Hachinski has been successful with that back row attack so far in these first 3 sets.
And now Daniel Hurley will step up to the line here. Nearly an overpass. It was an overpass. Buckeyes were ready. Hachinski cross court into the back right corner, and the Buckeyes up by 3.
And that overpass gave Ohio State the opportunity to take advantage of it, set up something nice with a nice attack. That's exactly what they did as Hachinski grabs his 14th kill.
David Hill will check in for the first time today for George Mason. And here's Daniel Hurley on the line, and he leaves that one too high and long.
And David Hill checking in for the Patriots, as you had mentioned, making his season debut. He didn't play in that first match against Catawba College.
Only played in 3 matches back in 2025, and here he is to serve, just 6 sets. Had 1 start on the season. Here he is in some crucial points, and Rodriguez will say, look what I just found, and he just taps that one back over for a Buckeye point.
A sneaky attack there by Henwood Rodriguez. That's his 3rd kill of the evening.
Eliel Salvo Torres here. Look to continue this Buckeye run. Up by 3, looking to extend that lead. The back set, Welton there. Just tapped it over Rodriguez, the easy dig. Now Hachinski's got 3 kills in a row now on 3 swings as he just rifles that one off the block, and the Buckeyes up by 4.
And you see it with his attack also on the service line. He is a powerful hitter for Ohio State, and that one worked to his advantage off the hands of the block. Enough power to send it out of bounds.
He brought 3 at him, and he still was able to collect that kill. An air overpass left on the outside, and Evangelista just puts it right into the net.
And Evangelista set up to do what it looked like he had done the
calling Welton tonight. So the Buckeyes on a 3-0 run. Here's the serve that just rolled off the tape. There was Herbert in the back row to keep it up. Rodriguez, the back set down the line. Wetzel tried to go to the back row and left it too long, and that will snap that Buckeye run.
And that's a rare mistake so far for Wetzel. He only had 3 errors before that one as well, and still hitting at a clean hitting percentage of .407 even after that error.
And Welton now the serve with the Patriots within 4. The back set, Hurley looked a little awkward. Welton is there, but a point for Ohio State.
And that one, Welton just a little bit too far to the outside, hit the pin, out of bounds for another error on the George Mason side.
You get a look at this one right here. Welton trying to go to that outside and on the outside of the pin. And here's Daniel Hedwood Rodriguez. Buckeyes trying to find that 20-point plateau. Gabe Metcalf back in for a second set of action. And here we go. Evangelista was there. There's Metcalf. Leaves it up Welton. Nearly an overpass. It is an overpass, but Evangelista can't capitalize on it. The air puts the Buckeyes up by 6, and they're 5 away from taking this one.
And that one was close, an overpass there by Hurley, but it went in the Buckeyes' favor as Evangelista sends it out of bounds, and the Buckeyes up by 6 now.
Here's Hedwood Rodriguez again. Just rolls it off the tape, and there's an ace. 7th ace of the match for Ohio State.
And that looked a lot like Wetzel's service ace earlier in this set. Again, just sneaky, difficult to defend because you don't really know where that ball is going to roll off of the net.
Okay, his biggest lead of the set at 7 now. And that one, he just tried to put some heat on it, but couldn't keep it in. And the Patriots trying to find some life now, as Evangelista will go take this serve.
Ohio State had that 3-0 scoring run. They're up 21-15, which is a lot different than what we've seen in the first 2 sets so far.
The back set, the swing, Haczynski, great dig out by Evangelista. Left up on the outside, it's Herbert. He couldn't put it down. Now the fellow opposite hitter, Shane Wetzel, will pick up that kill. His 16th goes down the line. The Buckeyes 3 away from putting this one away.
Wetzel just splits that one between Welton and Evangelista on that backside. And not nearly as close as I'd said to our first 2 sets. Very different, and a big run is needed here by George Mason to make a difference.
That will help. Haczynski into the net. At the point for the Patriots, back within 6 now, as here comes, looks like Alexander Lilly to take this. Also checking in on that last point for Ohio State for the first time tonight, Owen Pickering out of Ottawa, Ontario.
Pickering comes in a lot as a service specialist. He has in these last couple of years, but seeing him back here in the serve receive for Ohio State.
Well, there he was, received that one pretty well. Wetzel the swing, and he just puts it right down, making it look easy now.
Wetzel with his 17th, and again, only has 4 errors so far tonight. 448, just what a game so far for Wetzel on the attack side.
Jones will step to the line here for Ohio State. Try to go down the line, but right into that George Mason bench. And a point to the Patriots as Gabe Metcalf will head to the line.
And the Buckeyes have now reached 20 service errors. Still up 2-0 and 23-17 in this 3rd set, but a lot of issues from the service line.
Set up in the middle, Haczynski. Wow, some power on that one. And match point, Ohio State. That one just ate up Evangelista.
That one read at 69 miles per hour from Haczynski's attack. And again, it's from that back row.
Wetzel on match point as the Buckeye crowd rises to its feet. Trying to go for the ace, kept off the ground, but not for long. And you can book it.
Shane Wetzel with his 4th service ace. You look at him tonight, what a game. 17 kills, only 4 errors on a .448 hitting percentage, an assist even, 4 service aces.